Introduction Unit 5. Project Management Cycle. Managing a project requires the use of phases that separate the type of work into distinct groups. The phases are structured in a cycle that represents a continuous process where each phase provides the foundation for the next phase. In project management, there are 6 distinct phases: initiate, plan, implement, monitor, adapt, and close. The cycle that occurs with the plan, implementation, monitoring, and adapt phases is repeated throughout the life of the project until all project work is completed. The initiation phase is where a project proposal is authorized and funded as a project. It may include some initial planning and estimating to clarify its objectives and scope. This is the start of the project management cycle. Some work may have done before this phase that included the design of the project. The cycle only starts once a project is approved and has funds to use. Once most of the activities in the initiation phase have been completed, you can move to the planning phase. This is where you will develop the plans to manage the implementation of the project, called implementation plans. These plans have more detail than the plans that were developed for the project proposal. The plans also include plans that are not included in the proposal, such as plans to manage the team, stakeholders, information, and the contract. This is the phase where all work occurs. This includes taking all the necessary actions to ensure that activities in the project plans are completed and that the outputs of the plan are produced. The team, partners, consultants, and other people involved with work in the project will use the plans to implement the activities assigned to them. The focus of this phase is to measure the progress of a project against its objectives, looking at deviations from the plan and analyzing the results to take corrective steps to put the project back on track. Monitoring includes the progress the project is making in achieving the targets for each objective defined in the log frame, and that requires the process to collect data from the beneficiaries on each one of the log frame indicators. This phase is where the project manager and the team will analyze the results of the monitoring phase and make the necessary changes to the project management plans. Changes can occur when risks occur or assumptions change due to a dynamic context. The team and the project manager will evaluate the impact of the changes needed and get approval. The changes are then made on the plans affected so that in the next cycle, the team can use the new plans. This is also a moment to capture lessons learned that can be used in the next cycle. The closing phase occurs when the project has achieved the planned objectives and all deliverables have been produced. This could be the end of a cycle or the end of the project. The team and project manager need to complete the closing activities that include the final reports, lessons learned, team reassignments, and celebrate the successful end of the project. The benefits of using an iterative process during the life of the project is that it allows for a continuous improvement of the project performance. For example, within the planning process phase, several iterations of planning may occur as the team develops the best approach and methodologies to implement the project. The experience and knowledge gained during an implementation phase creates learning that can be applied to the next implementation phase. Each cycle is a knowledge cycle in itself, one that shapes the project design and is fed by experience from each cycle.